Hi Flosstube, I'm Jennifer. This is my channel, Stitching with the Waves, where I show you my cross stitch and petite point and all my other projects. So we are in week 3 of the physical distancing quarantine situation, and I'm trying to get back to recording a little daily update. Yesterday, what was the day before? Day before, I think, I recorded a longer video because I hadn't done any daily updates, and it's hard to find time that it's quiet around here and that I can actually get a video recorded. So I want to get back to doing the daily ones that I then string together to make a longer one and post at the end of the week. So I haven't done a whole lot of stitching since yesterday, but I did do some, so I'm going to share that with you. And I also have a little bit of haul come in the mail this morning, so that was fun, and I wanted to share that with you too. All right, let's start with cross stitch. I worked on Kringles after my last video. So this is from Little House Needleworks. I'm sure everyone's seen this. It's all over the place because it is just awesome and I love it. So I'm not gonna take stuff out of the hoops because I want to just be able to keep going, but I worked along on the garland down here, this the black behind the green garland in the underneath the center room at the top. So I'm trying to just build the structure of the building right now, and then I'll go back when I'm all done and have the entire structure done. It's, you know, gonna come all the way down here. There's 3 stories. Then I'll go back and I'll fill in each of the rooms. So got a little bit done on that one. And then I also, did you have something that come in the screen so everybody can see you? This is my daughter. What do you want to say about this?
That last time I saw it was only to there.
Yeah.
Then you made it all the way like that.
Yeah.
Last time I only saw like that much.
Yeah. I think I had the black under this room, but I didn't have the black under that room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then the other thing I worked on was my petite point. This is the Kansu Destiny Knot carpet from making miniature Chinese rugs and carpets by Carol Phillipson. It's a book, and it has some beautiful patterns in there. I do kind of need a white piece of paper, but luckily there's one sitting there. And so I've just been working on filling in the eggshell background. I want to get a few more rows of the background done and kind of get it caught up. All this part here in the center needs to get above and below this motif need to get the ivory filled in. So I don't want to leave that all until the end because it would be a ton of ivory stitching. And this is really easy. I like to do in the morning, 30 minutes when I first wake up before I get up, walk the dog, and then do 30 minutes of stitching. And filling in background is super easy because it's kind of mindless. I have, you know, everything else is already stitched, so I just need to fill in. So that's great to do in the mornings. And I felt like I had worked on something else, but I don't know, but I guess not. I think I mainly have been working on that. So where'd it go? I had my haul that came in the mail, and now I've lost my haul that came in the mail. And I don't even have that much stuff. Like, it's reasonably clean here. Oh yeah, oh, you know what? That is what I worked on. I had it sitting up because I was stitching on it. This is from, my white piece of paper. Oh my goodness.
No, it's right there.
No, that's my pattern. Okay, here we go. Wow.
All right. Everything, and I lost my phone.
Okay, so this is a free pattern from Le Brodieus Parisiens, which is a shop in Paris. And I think last time I had showed you, I think I had 4 letters done, 3 rows of 4 letters. So I did these 6 letters over here, EF, KL, and OP. So I just need to do the back stitching on those 6, and then I can move on. There's 2 more rows of the pattern down here. So it's moving along pretty quickly. There is a border that goes around the edge. I had this little tiny scrap of, I think it's white 28 count Monaco. I'm not certain. It was just a little scrap piece that I had. And without the border, it fits perfectly on here. So I'm just gonna do it without the border. And it is charred knit red, but I switched it out to blues. I'll put the link to the free pattern in the description box. It's on there. They have a shop, and so you just kind of go through and purchase the PDF, but it doesn't charge you anything for it, and it doesn't ask for your credit card or anything like that. And when you get to the final page, there's a link where you can download the PDF. So
I have a question.
Yes, what is your question? Come on, screen. It's always nice to see the people who are talking. Yes, what's your question? About this one or something else?
I forgot I never read you guys' comments.
You can read comments later. Okay. Then this morning, so happy to get some Stitchy Happy Mail. I got my floss fix from Fat Quarter Shop. So it is 6 classic Colorworks colors that they send out every month. So this month it's called Wild Plum. There we go, Wild Plum. And I was super excited to get these. When I saw that this month, when I got the shipping notice and saw it was gonna be Purple Plum, I waited to start my May. Which one do I need to stitch? My monthly cottage from Fleur de Lys.
Wait.
I need to stitch May. It's April right now. If I can remember what month it even is. It's April, so I need to stitch May. And I was hoping there would be some lighter purple colors in there. So I think one of these two, Amethyst or Fleur de Lilac, might be a good choice. One of these two for the house.
They kind of look like
the little cottage.
On camera. They kind of look like the same on camera.
They look a little more different in real life.
Yeah,
The camera is always tricky with the light. You don't always see what you see in real life. But anyway, that is kind of my plan for one of those two. Hopefully, be able to stitch the cottage in one of those. And I love purples. I love blues. So those are gorgeous. Super excited to have them.
I get to see.
And anything else? Nope, don't think so. Oh my gosh, there is another plastic bag blowing around at the end of the flower bed. You see it right there? Can you go get it really fast? For some reason, outside, there are plastic grocery sacks flying around. It's a super, super windy day. We had some storms come through. I think there's still some more to come through again later. So it's really, really windy, but it's beautiful and bright and sunny right now. And I don't know why, but all these plastic grocery sacks keep coming. Okay, put it in the trash can and wash your hands, okay? Thank you. So I'm trying to catch it so that I don't have all this plastic trash floating around outside, but I don't know where that came from. Okay, I think that's everything for today. And I hope you all are doing well. Oops, wait, she wanted to do the closing real quick, so I gotta wait for her to come back, so we need to stall. Okay, we're ready for the closing. Okay, here she comes.
And stay stitching.
Thanks. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye. Hi, everybody. It is Tuesday, April something. I don't even know. I recorded, it's been like 2 weeks since I uploaded a video, I think, and it has been over a week. I don't even know how long since I recorded my last update, and I fully intended at that point to try and record like little daily snippets of what I had been working on and all of that. But man, oh man, guys, last week was just emotionally a rough week. And so the videos just didn't happen. It is what it is. It was the first week that my kids had distance learning material from school that was new, that they hadn't seen before. Prior to that, we had been just on a break, and then they had just review material that they were doing through distance learning, and then they were on spring break. So last week was the first week we were really trying to sit down and seriously have school and learn new things, and it was just really an emotionally difficult time for them. So we figured out some things and made some changes this week. I'm hopeful it's going to be better. Yesterday was great. Today's Tuesday. It was not so great, but it wasn't awful. So I'll take, whatever little things we can get, right? Overall, things are going pretty well. I have gotten a ton of stitching done. I thought, a million times since my last update that I recorded, I really should record an update. But I just wanted to snuggle up on the couch under a blanket and put some stitches in and just zone out from the world. And so that's what I did. So I do have a lot of progress to show you, and I have some fun thing that happened to me, which I'm excited to share with you guys. So let's jump into stitching. Here we go. First thing I have is the freebie pattern that I got from the Brody's Parisienne, and somebody commented on my last video and said it's no longer up there as the freebie, and I checked and they did change it out. They have a really cute one now that is vintage frontline workers. So I think there's a nurse and a doctor, and I think there's a postal worker on there, and just people who are out there still having to go to work so that our everyday lives can continue while we're all in this social distancing time. So it's a cute one. I'm not planning to stitch it, but it's there if you go check on the Laborius Parisian website. You can find it linked there and download that one. So for this one, I finished up, I think I had come, probably when I had showed you last time, I was somewhere up in here. So I came down here, I got a few letters and the little girl with her cross stitch hoop and the needle, thimbles, all that stuff done. So I just have 8 letters left to go over here. And it should be pretty quick to finish up and get done. So I'm excited about that one, getting very close. Next is the summer sampler banner from Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts. You can find her on Etsy at Sapphire MT Handcrafts. And this one, I started working, I think I had finished these sunflowers last time. So I did the light blue border above them and then started on the word summer. So I'm getting close. There's a few more bands to go up here at the top, and then I've got quite a bit down here at the bottom left to go, but just a little tiny bit of progress on that one. Next, Kringles. I know everybody has probably seen this one to death and is sick of it, but I am loving it. So this one, I am making good progress. Linen's kind of thin, so let's see. My card's not quite big enough, but it might work. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, so Kringles, I mentioned in my last video, I think, it might have been the update I recorded and didn't upload yet. Or it might have been in the last video, but my plan for this one is to stitch all of the building part first and then go back and fill in the seams in the individual rooms. So I think I was on this black band that has the holly and ivy garland, the holly and pine garland, sorry, going across there. So I did all the bricks on the second story, and then I started the Kringles sign. It's gonna say Kringles in big letters on a big sign right there at that next row. So it is moving right along. It just has one more story to go below that. So love this one. I started making this one kind of my weekend project, just stitching on it all weekend long and not working on other things. So I did that all weekend long on Easter weekend. Just pulled that one out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, exclusively stitched on it and had a great time. So last project to show you that is, this one fits this way. Yeah, this is the Kansu Destiny Knot carpet that I'm doing as my petite point project. And here is my progress. I think from when I showed it to you last time, all I've done is fill in some more of that ivory background. It takes a long time to fill in background, so I'm trying to fill in most of it as I go rather than leaving it all to the end, because that just gets pretty tedious. So a little bit of progress on that one. Then I have the fun thing that happened. So on Easter Sunday, Fiber Talk, Gary Parr and Vanna Pfeiffer did a 6-hour long marathon live show, which is just crazy. So I got on around 12:30, 12:45. We had our Easter dinner and then finished that all up. I hear noise. I hope it's not the kids coming. Okay, guess not. Good. So finished up our Easter dinner a little bit afternoon, got everything cleaned up, and then I sat down and just stitched the afternoon away. I worked on Kringles. That's where I got so much progress done on that one. They were having some giveaways that they did, and I won one, you guys. So exciting. So I was absolutely thrilled to find out. I had to get off the live talk at one point because we had a family phone call for Easter, like a FaceTime video kind of phone call with a bunch of family members. And so I got off and did the phone call and got back on, and I missed hearing the winners announced, you know, for one of the hours. Whatever, no big deal. There's a lot of screaming going on in the basement right now. Okay. I already had to referee one fight today. Let's hope that's the Barbies screaming at each other and not my kids screaming at each other. All right, so back to the story. So I missed hearing the winners read 1 hour, and I just assumed I didn't win because I mean there were, I think at one point, like 1,200 people watching and probably entering the giveaways and all of that. So the next day, on Monday, I'm just sitting there stitching away, and I get an email, and it's from Vanna Pfeiffer, and the subject line says winner, and I was like, oh my gosh, I won something, that's awesome. So super excited, open up the email and find out I actually won what I consider to be like the best prize of the day. I won $100 worth of finishing by Vana. Vana is the Twisted Stitcher. She has her own finishing company. If you aren't familiar with her, she has amazing tutorials out there that she provides for everybody of how she does all of her finishing and her techniques, which is fantastic. I've learned so much from watching them. And then she has her finishing service that she does. She finishes for several different companies like Little House Needleworks, and also for shops like Shepherd's Needle in Arkansas. And then she finishes for people, like you can send her items to be finished, but she has got a list of people who would like her to finish their items that is way longer than what she could, physically be able to do and complete. So I know many people would love to have her do finishing for her, and it's not something that I ever thought would be possible because she's already got so many clients, and ever getting a space and getting her to finish something just seemed like unrealistic, right? So, oh my gosh, I get to have things finished by Vana. So I immediately dropped all of those projects that I just showed you. I looked through all of my finishes that I currently had done. I looked through all my projects I was working on. I looked through my stash of patterns and things like that and tried to figure out what I wanted to have her finish. So I have been stitching away on a few of those projects to get them finished to send to her. And one of them is this 12 Days of Christmas from Paulette Stewart, who is the designer behind Plum Street Samplers. She has this project. The first two were originally, day one and day two were published in magazines. I don't know, 2015, 2016, something like that. And then since then, she has published all the rest of these on her blog. And this is a free pattern that you can get. You can stitch them together or separate or whatever. I started this for Jolly July last year. Hold on, I lost my cardstock. I started it in Jolly July, and then as I got close to Christmas, I realized I was not going to have time to finish all of the projects that I had started. And so this is one of the ones that I had put aside and said, I just can't finish. I think it was 8 of the days complete. So here it is. I have finished this one. Just finished this yesterday. Love, love, love it. So I used the called for Belle Soie colors, the cranberry and I forget the name of the green, Weeping Willow or something like that maybe. And then I used Noir for the black, and I did do gold, like a gold cry neck that I had in my stash for the 5 gold rings on top of the trees. So love, love, love how this one turned out, and I asked her to finish this one as a mounted flat fold. So it'll go like mounted on some fabric and all that. Super excited about this one because I loved the pattern, but I didn't know I was gonna try and find a frame or something for it, or frame it myself. I wasn't sure what I was gonna do with it. So I am thrilled that I'm gonna have this one as a Vana finish. That is gonna be amazing. Okay, then I pulled this one. I had gotten this pattern last summer, I think. It is from Summer House Stitchworks, Fragments in Time 2018, and it's number 1. So this is a series that has just a bunch of little sampler motifs, and I really loved the little basket of flowers. I totally changed up the colors on that one. And this was a start and a finish. It took, maybe 2 days to stitch it. It was super quick, super fast. I haven't told you a single fabric or anything. Again, I am just terrible Flosstuber, you guys. Always forget the fabric stuff. I have no idea what I stitched that Plum Street one on, the 12 Days of Christmas. That is it's Lugana. I think it's 32 count Lugana in some color that I don't know what it is. This one is, I believe this is a 32 count lamb's wool linen. Lamb's wool's the color. Turned out super pretty. I did this with all Classic Colorworks floss, and I really love how all the colors turned out and just how it looks. So there is that one. Oh, and this one I've asked her to finish as a small pillow. So can't wait to see that one all done. And then the next one, I have picked out a couple of ornaments. So I'm gonna get 2 ornaments, a small pillow, and a mounted flat fold. And she has very kindly agreed to do all of those for me, which will be amazing. So this one is from the website of the Comtesse de Pointe-à-Croix. She has a French blogger, and she's got a French blog. This is called Sweet Season. In the pattern, it says Sweet Season across the bottom, but I just wanted to leave it as this little like half circular motif. So really like this one. She doesn't give you recommended colors. She has colored charts for her freebies. She occasionally will list DMC colors, but not always. This one didn't have any recommended colors. So I just pulled some of the same greens as that Fragments in Time one used, and then added a few others. So I love how that one turned out too. And again, I'm pretty sure I pulled the same fabric. I think I had a piece of fabric and I just cut it in half to use for these two. So I think it's like a 28 or 32 count lamb's wool. So that's what I've been stitching on. I need to find one more Christmas ornament pattern. So that is my goal for tomorrow, is to pick out one more. I've got a whole bunch I printed out. I had looked through all my PDFs a while ago when I had picked out that Berry Basket pin cushion to stitch up back at the very beginning of quarantine, like 4 or 5 weeks ago. So I have quite a few PDFs that I had kind of like set aside in a folder, and some that I had printed out of small things that I wanted to stitch, because I really am enjoying doing the small quick projects right now and having that fast finish and really feeling like I have accomplished something. So I have quite a few. I can't decide if I want to do another Christmas ornament or if I want to do an ornament for another time period that I could like hang on the knob of a china cabinet, because in case you haven't noticed from my videos, I'm kind of have an obsession with china cabinets. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think we have six like glass front china cabinets in my house. So most people, 7, because we have a built-in one too, so like 7. So I was thinking I could just use some other, not a Christmassy themed pattern, but something else, and then I could hang it on a like doorknob, of the cabinet. So I'm considering that. I haven't quite decided yet. I need to pick something so that I can get all this stuff finished up and off in the mail to Vanna. So I want to get that picked this week and then stitched up the rest of this week. So hopefully by the end of the week I can get everything into the mail. Before I send off that last piece, I'll be sure to take a quick video of it so you can all see it before I send it off. And then obviously when I get things back, I will share them here as well. I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be a while. I told her, I don't have any rush. There's no reason that I need any of these pieces quickly. And I know she has a ton of things right now that she is working on for, her paying clients that she has. So it'll be a while, but that's fine. I'm not in a rush. I am just so thrilled to pieces, I can't even say. So I do want to say here publicly, thank you to Gary and Vanna for putting on such a great show. I know it was a ton of work and things did not go smoothly, technology wise, or with the giveaway at first. This was the first live show like that they had ever done, and it obviously is going to have its quirks and things that they have to figure out, and they were so good about figuring all of that out on the fly and getting it figured out and just putting on a great show that we could all really enjoy and have a fun afternoon stitching together. So thank you. Thank you so much for the show. And Vanna, thank you so much for your generous prize. I am just absolutely thrilled to have won. I don't even have words. Like I was like so excited when I found out. I was shaking. This is just amazing. So thank you. And I also wanted to share that they're going to have another show on Mother's Day. It's 4 15-minute shows. And I forget exactly what time it starts. So it's like, I think it might start at noon again. So at noon, 1, 2, and 3 or something like that. Or maybe it starts at 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. If you go to the Fiber Talk website, they have all the information there, and you will need to go there because they are changing up how they're doing the giveaways for this next time. There is a Google form to fill out. Instead of sending emails or posting comments live on the shows, you are going to go fill out a Google form in advance. That gets them your name and your address, and they will draw winners from that and announce the winners live on the videos. So each hour that they're having a show, for the first quarter of the hour, they will be live on YouTube showing stuff. And then they're having a competition between Gary and Vanna of who can stitch the most stitches in the next 45-minute time period before they come back on live. And they're encouraging other people to set up competitions with stitching friends and watch and stitch along with them. So if you want to know more about that, you can go to wetalkfiber.com. That's the website, and that will have the link there. There's like a poster with all the information about that, like what the times are, since I'm not sure exactly what the times are, and also the link to the Google form to sign up for the giveaways, which you should totally do because you might win something absolutely amazing like I did. All right, I think that is kind of it. My plans for the rest of this week are to get that last ornament stitched up and get those 4 pieces shipped off to Vanna, yay! And then after that, I really want to get this little freebie done because I only have those 8 letters left. This little one, I really want to get these 8 letters in here and get that done. Let's see, so it'll be by the end of the week, like the 25th of April, so I only have like 5 days-ish left, right, of the month. So I should be able to get that done in a day, those eight things. And then I have not yet stitched my monthly cottage from Fleur de Lys for the month of May. So I really need to try and get that done. Those took me several days. So I think I could probably get this little freebie and that cottage done. I need to pick out fabric and colors for that cottage because I've been changing them up from what the called for things are. So hopefully I can get those 2 pieces finished before May actually gets here. And then for May, I have my Mania project. So May, I'm going to be trying to stitch try to fill 20 compartments of my printer's tray, which I showed back in one of my very first videos, probably video number 1 or 2. I have an antique printer's tray that printers, before, when they had to do the typesetting with all the, letters individually on little blocks, they would store the letters in trays with tons of little compartments. And so I have one of those. I'm gonna get that out and I want to get hung up on the wall. And then in May, I want to fill 20 of the compartments. So my plan is to stitch as many as I can, and as we get close to the end of the month, I will just fill some of the other compartments with fabrics, laces, trims, other little things as necessary. It's got, I think, 54 compartments, so I thought if I could get 20 of them filled now, that'd be great. And then I'll hopefully just continue, if I get it started, hopefully that will continue me on a roll. So I am working on I've got the fabric for that, I ordered all that, but I need to get all my floss colors pulled out. I'm gonna do all shades of blue. So I have several variegated flosses that I've purchased, but I need to pull out some DMC solid colors to kind of mix in with those as well. So I need to get on it because, you guys, April is flying by, just flying. Can't believe it's, more than half over already. This is insane. So, that's where I'm at. I hope you guys are all in a good place. I know everybody deals with the stress of this situation differently, so I hope you're all doing well, stitching well. I'm gonna go ahead and stitch this video onto the one I recorded like a week and a half ago, maybe it was 2 weeks ago, I don't even know, and get this uploaded today so you guys have something to watch. I hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.